woods in northern Maine were quieter than usual that November morning. Not the peaceful kind of quiet, but the kind that made veteran hunter Sam Delaney uneasy. The kind of quiet that didn't come from snowfall or still wind. It came from absence. No birds, no squirrels, no rustling. Sam, 48 years old, and grizzled by more seasons in the forest than most of the greenhorns at his hunting lodge, loaded his rifle carefully and stepped into the pines just after sunrise. He wasn't alone. His hunting buddy and brother-in-law, Jonah, had come up from Boston, bringing his new AR-10 and a cocky attitude to match. Jonah was a good guy, but city-soft, loud, flashy. Sam didn't like hunting with flashy. Bet I'd drop a 10-point buck before breakfast, Jonah laughed, shouldering his rifle and trudging into the woods. Sam rolled his eyes. It ain't about trophies, Jonah. It's about the chase, the wait, the respect. Jonah mimed a yawn. Right, Zen and the art of venison. They split paths, agreeing to meet back at the old fire tower by noon. They never would. The forest was darker than it should have been. Not just shade, but wrong somehow. The trees were too still, their bark too black. Sam paused near a ridge and peered through his scope. Movement. A buck, but something about it made his spine stiffen. It stood between the trees with its head bowed, unmoving. Antlers like twisted roots stretched high above it. It didn't flick an ear, didn't blink. Its chest didn't rise. Dead? Then it raised its head, slowly, mechanically. Its eyes were milky and sunken, its body gaunt, but it moved just enough to suggest life or something pretending to be alive. Sam lowered his rifle. A voice inside him, old, primal, deeper than thought, whispered, "Don't shoot it." That's when his walkie crackled. Sam, there's something following me. It's not a deer." Jonah, but his voice was thin, choked. "Where are you?" Sam whispered, keeping low. "Behind the tower," he said. I think it's wearing the deer's skin." Sam froze. "What do you mean, wearing?" But the line went dead. He turned toward the tower. It stood crooked and rusted about a mile north. He moved quick and silent through the trees, decades of woodcraft instinct kicking in. He passed bloodless animal carcasses, rabbits, raccoons, laid out neatly like offerings. None had been eaten, just opened, flayed. The deeper he went, the more the forest changed. The trees no longer looked like trees. They were hollowed, like shells. Something had bored through them. Clean tunnels, wide as a human torso, slick with something. They pulsed faintly. He thought he saw movement inside one. Then he heard it, a sound like a deer's call, but twisted, reversed, gurgling, wet. And above it, the faint click of hooves on wood. Sam looked up. Atop the fire tower stood the buck. Only it wasn't a buck. It had no face, just a long dark void where its snout should be. Its antlers twitched like insect legs, feeling the air. Its ribcage bulged unnaturally, like something else lived beneath the skin. And as it moved, the skin shifted, like it was wearing the deer. Jonah's rifle lay near the base of the tower, but no Jonah. Sam fought instinct and crept closer. The creature hadn't seen him, or it pretended not to. He picked up Jonah's rifle, still warm, no blood, no drag marks, just the pine needles undisturbed. Then came the whisper, right in his ear. "Help me," Jonah's voice, but it came from inside the tower, not above it, below. There was no basement to the tower, just 4 stilts and dirt. But beneath one of the concrete bases, a hole had been dug, circular, clean, descending into black. Jonah's voice echoed again. "Please, it has my skin." Sam dropped to one knee and peered in, and saw Jonah's eyes. Just eyes, floating, embedded in the wall. They blinked, they wept. He reeled back, bile rising in his throat. Above, the hollow buck leapt from the top of the tower. No crunch when it landed, just a squelch. It stood facing him. Its head twitched sideways like a dog analyzing prey. And then it spoke, but not in words. It opened its hollow maw and emitted a chorus of voices, dozens, all speaking in sync. Jonah, other men, women, children, all pleading, "Let us out! Let us out! Let us out!" Sam ran, not toward camp, but deeper into the woods. He knew somehow that it wouldn't help, but the part of his brain that still believed in rules made him try. The creature didn't chase. It followed, slow, deliberate. He could hear it, the click of hooves on bark, the distant mimicry of voices. Trees turned from pine to ash, their trunks riddled with mouths that mouthed silent screams. Finally, Sam reached a clearing, or he thought he did. It was a circle, too perfect, surrounded by 12 stones, like a clock. At its center, a tree with antlers, no leaves, just bone. And in its roots, faces, eyes, all watching. Jonah's face stared up from the bark, lips parted. "Shoot me," it begged. Sam raised his rifle, hands shaking, then stopped, because from behind him, his own voice said, "Don't, that's not him." He turned. There stood another Sam, or something wearing him, grinning, rifle slung over his shoulder, empty eyes. Sam did the only thing he could. He screamed and fired. They found Sam's gear 3 days later. His rifle, his pack, one boot, but no blood, no tracks, no body. Jonah was never found either, just the fire tower, long since abandoned, and a strange growth at its base, like roots, but made of bone. Some say at dusk you can hear voices whisper from the trees. Some say the hollow buck is still out there, not hunting for food, but for skins to wear. And if you see a deer standing too still, too quiet, don't follow it, because once it knows your face, it can wear you too.